It sounds ridiculous. What's inside this orange box could fix fat shots, thin shots, shanks, slices, hooks, you name it. Honestly, it's like 10 training aids in one. When I was coaching full time for over 10 years, my teaching bay was full of gadgets, gizmos, training aids to help you as a golfer get better at golf. I would use those training aids to show people what they needed to do, how they could get better, quicker, more efficiently. Well, I found a training aid online, which honestly would be like 10 training aids in one. And I want to test it in this video because I think this could be a training aid that a lot of golfers watching this video could buy, keep in the bag, take to the driving range, and it would fix so many problematic shots. Fat shots, thin shots, shanks, slices, hooks, you name it. Sounds ridiculous. What's inside this orange box could fix it. So inside this box, it's called the Strike Wedge. This hard case, quite military actually. Inside it, you got this, the Strike Wedge, the orange plastic, kind of indestructible wedge. It's indestructible for a reason. You've got a flat section with a ruler on it. You've got a slanted section, which can be used for different swing types as well. And you've got a measuring chart, which we'll come on to. This though, honestly, can be used in so many ways. Looks very innocent, but I tell you what, let me show you a few ways that it could be used to fix problematic shots. So first problem it could solve is the fat shot. I think the fat shot, often when hitting off a mat as well, isn't always recognized. How many times you've been to a driving range, you think, oh, I'm hitting this great, lovely today. You get to the golf course at the weekend, first few shots, you fat it. The thing is with driving range mats, they're great, of course they are, but they mask a lot of problematic strikes. You need to be aware of where you're hitting the ball. You want to hit the ball first, the ground after. So this Strike Wedge, and I'm using a ruler here, it's guided, I'm using a gap wedge. I've measured it 4 inches behind the ball using the ruler. And then ideally, I want to be able to hit shots from here and not hit that wedge. If I'm hitting that wedge, it means I'm leaning back, it means I've early released, I've done something that's not going to get me an effective strike. I've got to make sure that I'm keeping my body more left, I've got to make sure my hands are in front of the ball when I make contact. Therefore, I strike the ball first, the ground after, get that better strike and not hit that wedge. Again, what I like about this, brightly coloured, yes, if I hit it, I'm going to get some audio feedback, but I'm not going to break it. I mean, you either put that there or you put your iPhone 17 Pro Max. Both are efficient. This is just a little bit safer. What I quite like about this as well, inside the box, you get this chart that tells you how far that wedge should be away. So again, I've got gap wedge there at 4 inches. It's even got a low spinner, should only be 2 inches away. All the way up to when you're hitting 305 wood should be 6 inches away, because it depends on the angle of attack. You want to make sure that you match your angle of attack with the club that you're hitting. So I'm going to flip it now. I'm going to use driver. And unlike the iron where I want to hit down, I want to hit the ball first. With driver, you want to hit up on the ball more. I see a lot of golfers with driver come down and hit it too much like an iron. We want to make sure that club is moving upwards. So I put the Strike Wedge on the other side of the ball this time, almost like a ramp. And my feeling is that club is moving up that ramp. It's almost like a runway, a takeoff point, where my club head is going upwards. I do this pretty good anyway with driver. I hit up on the ball a lot, but that visual aid, just that feeling of that club moving up. And what I like about this, you could even, without the ball and a tee, you could just do it as a practice. Like, I'm going to make sure that club moves up the slope, moves up the slope. And once you get that feeling down, you can put your ball in play. You know that the club's got to move up that slope, and therefore you improve your angle of attack, you get the ball launching, you get low spin, you get more distance. Tick, tick, tick. Okay, next setup is to fix the slice. Got the Strike Wedge outside the ball, I've got that wall, so that's effectively an attachment. You get these 2 little attachments, clip them together, and you're all set. So this one now sits outside the golf ball. I'm going to try and fix a slice, because if you're a slicer, you come into the ball from the outside, you would hit that wall, you would smack it. Again, when I was teaching full time, I would put like a driving range basket there, or I'd put a noodle there, or I would joke genuinely with students, if I put your iPhone there, would you hit it? Well, no, obviously you wouldn't. You need something that kind of catches your attention, draws your, I know I need to stay with the club inside that wall. Again, this isn't a problem of mine. I don't hit from the outside, so this should be pretty easy. But as a visual, you go, okay, I've got to stay inside the wall. You could go more extreme. You could even slant it a little bit. Like that's even more extreme to make sure that club stays on the inside of that wall. So as I swing, this is definitely not going to come from the over the top. It's going to hit from the inside. And that way you can hit that draw time and time again, because it's giving you that kind of visual trigger. It's giving you that idea the club has to stay on the inside of that wall. That was a pretty good drive as well. Before I come on to the next thing, if you do want to find out more about this strike wedge, I'm going to put a link in the top line of the description so you can find out more. Because actually go on the website, there's the perk of buying it as well. You can actually get online support with using this as well. Loads more instructional videos, how to use it in the bunker, chipping, etc. Top line description, link to find out more about this product. Okay, next setup, fixing a hook. It's probably a bit more problematic to me. Now this time use the end of the strike wedge with the panel, and it slants that wall backwards because you need to allow for the slant of the shaft. So you've got to have that slightly more slanted wall on it. This time, again, this is stopping the club coming too much from the inside. So if you hook it too much, this is perfect. I've got to feel like this time I'm swinging more this way, this is how I would use it almost all the time. I would just have it set there, so I know I'm trying to swing from outside that line. Definitely fix the hook and kind of work on that then. As long as I'm cancelling out that left-hand side, it's doing its job. This is how you'd use it if you wanted to fix toe strikes. So using that same wall. That was much more in the heel that time. Also, if you wanted to fix shanks or heel strikes, you'd pop it on this side of the ball. It's much more in the toe of the club. Honestly, if I was still coaching, I would be using this almost every lesson. Just those visual triggers. But what's good as well, you can have it in your bag, practice with it, take it to driving range, etc. Again, if you want to find out more information about it, link in the top line description. I see one downside only, £51. So I think that's quite expensive for what it is, but I think many people would pay a lot more to fix the shanks. Guys, thanks for watching. Stay tuned, lots more to come. Strike wedge. I think this is a very, very, very good idea, which will help a lot of golfers get better very quickly.